You know how I like it?
Yeah. Mike Moore has been cutting hair most of his life.
Hey, Mike.
But his life almost came to a sudden end 10 years ago.
Here's how it works. For $149 to enroll and $24.99 a month, Gold members get anywhere from 20 to 40%.
And during the first 9 months of 2009, there were 104 incidents.
Dr. Lorette says the HIV virus had a mutation, a change in a protein that protected the women. When athletes exert themselves, they often clench their jaws. The body reacts by releasing energy-zapping hormones like cortisol.
Her body may be feeling the effects of age, but 85-year-old Denise Brown will forever be a ballerina. And perhaps more importantly for these children at City Ballet in Park Cities,
point your toes, tighten up your legs, plie when you step.
A ballet teacher.
It's 3:30 in the afternoon, and one by one here, 32 men in handcuffs and chains board a bus in Dallas on a non-stop one-way trip.
According to the Secretary of State, Ron Berglund has been the registered agent of Homefront Roofing in Texas since May of 2009. It can move you and change your mood, your state of mind.
That's why we listen to music.
Along the Texas border alone, agents apprehended more than 230,000 people in 2007. But last year, that number plummeted to just under 140,000.
Across town, Steve Reeves is thanking Royal Roofing of Richardson.
We want to take care of you.
This may be your typical internet cafe.
Thanks, man.
CBS 11 has learned that Byrne owned two other similar companies in Arizona and Indiana. In Arizona, he paid a fine for contracting without a license.
It was $800.
For lease.
Super nice.
For rent.
His story, I guess, is catchy.
For sale.
Don't want this to happen to someone else.
For shoppers online, who can you trust when you're looking for a place to live?
We're the ones who started out.
We're all at some point, familiar with the song.
When lost dogs and cats wind up in an animal shelter, some are reunited with their owners, others are adopted. At least that's the way it's supposed to work. But at this animal shelter in Sanger, the records tell a different story.
Robert DeVolk's world of sex and boys, according to federal investigators, thrive through a web of internet privacy and teenage secrets.
Kind of an adrenaline rush. Motorcycles is a way of life. It's exciting. It's more than just a hobby.
It's a sleepy little farming town. Generations have plowed these fields.
Used to have, let's see, 1, 2, 3 gens here.
Next thing I know, this guy's crashing through my living room door.
She lived on the first floor of the Vineyards Apartments in Northeast Frisco and was about to become the 19th victim of the so-called blue bandana rapist.
So, for example, Smith says she paid $2,500 for this flat-screen TV. Because the TV weighs about 60 pounds, under the law, Easy Moving is only obligated to pay $36 for it.
Invisible to radar.
They don't even know you're there yet.
That's outstanding.
The F-22 is considered to long be the future of U.S. tactical air power.
She's very excited about moving to North Texas.
This was the job that I wanted.
But while she was thrilled about the move, she thinks her 4 sons, Spencer, Mason, Hunter, and Jack, were way more happy about it.
13-year-old Nick Vandenhandel is focused on each note, each ivory key on his piano. Not even his pet bird squawking in the background can interrupt his concentration.
These bands have boys, girls, children of all ages.
I'm gonna buy this one.
Banding together to see and be seen in the latest shape.
I have more than him.
The problem is the shape it could leave our children in.
I was so scared, I was crying.
Jessica Cummings was shaken up when a driver rear-ended her on I-30 in downtown Dallas.
And he hit me so hard where this had flew off and I couldn't open my trunk at all.
But nothing could have prepared her for her next big shock when the other driver's insurance company denied the claim.
It's not an unusual request. Texas Code of Criminal Procedure says when a witness lives in another county, that person shall be reimbursed for reasonable and necessary transportation. So for a family of 4, you're talking an added cost of up to $900 just for glasses.
Rose Hill Cemetery in East Fort Worth is a place of peaceful solitude for many families, but one plot represents a scene of historic proportions and a time that many Americans would like to forget.
I live across the street from the cemetery where Lee Harvey is buried.